Thanks for joining us for the Member xCite presentation. The Member xCite presentation is informative, interesting to the audience, and showcases the strengths of the presenter as an entrepreneur and their area of expertise. It's not a sales pitch, it's a 10-minute educational and insightful exploration into what they do. And of course, it's exciting.
So today we have the great honor of hearing from Chantal Gerardy, our favorite online business strategist. How to get fast and free results from your online marketing. Chantal empowers business owners and their teams with the skills, strategy, and systems to successfully manage their social media and email marketing to get customers without paying for ads. Replace the BS in your online marketing with a business strategy. Featured on Channel 9 News, NBN, Fox, and winner of multiple Australian and international awards for out-of-the-box marketing, education, and innovation in the online marketing space, alongside with being the top 10 Australian business strategists to watch out for. Maximize your online marketing potential with a simple strategy. Are you stressed and overwhelmed with this new era of social media marketing? Do you feel like you're spitting out content but nothing is sticking? What difference would it make to your business to have a fast and free strategy that got you more than just friends, but clients? Well, Chantal's going to chat about that today. Chantal, the floor is yours.
How to make sales from your socials. Let's get started. Who would love to have a rewarding life, like a rewarding life, both emotionally, online and offline? And who here would love that on or offline? And who would like to get the hell of social media? Like, I'm not a big fan of being on social media. People know that of me. Like, I'm a bit hyperactive. I don't want to be on here. And who would like whatever they do online to actually be meaningful, right? It actually is meaningful for your audience. It's meaningful for you. It actually works. And who wants to get clients while you're still doing the stuff you like to do, like go play with the dog or go camping? And who hates being online and is non-techie and wants to play more? And again, this might just be me. I'm completely non-techie and I love to play. But who wants to make money? I definitely want to make money, and I simply want to do it while I'm still at holidays. I think we got about 8 leads while I was away camping for the last 4 days for my partner's 40th. So if you do go onto my personal profile, you'll see a video that we created of the holiday we've just had. So I'm Chantal Gerardy, an award-winning Facebook strategist and social media coach. And I honestly believe that the only BS you need in your online marketing is a business strategy. Skills plus strategy plus systems equals simple sales without paying for ads or living online. And it doesn't mean you have to outsource it, but you certainly do have to have that strategy before you even think about outsourcing it. So a little bit about me and BX. I think I've been 2 years in BX. I think actually Denise said it might be closer to 3. Maybe Loz can look it up and let me know. I helped grow the first flagship BX in Robina with Mark Grant. I've been nominated Member Experience and Networker of the Year over those years. I've also was fortunate enough to present at the BX Awards in Sydney and present at the BXs when I was flying around pre-COVID. And I've got many clients off of BX, as well as having many referral partners Australia-wide, and hopefully that will extend worldwide. But let's rewind a little bit about me in the very beginning. These are my identical twins. Erin's on the left, Jordan's on the right. They might argue about that. They are 3 years old, and my youngest is, they're 4 years old, and my youngest was 1 year old at this stage. When we moved 13 years ago from South Africa to Australia, hence the mixed accent. So 3 kids under the age of 5 years old. I'm non-techie, I'm hyperactive. I don't know anyone. No one knows me. I had no money, no government support. The industry I was in was a saturated industry. I needed to make money because my husband at the time, who came over with a job, well, we immigrated over on a visa, and he was actually made redundant in the first couple of years, twice. So I was going to stay home, look after the kids, but I had to do something, and I had to get a business off the ground while he was still looking for work, and we were paying our way into the country, and we didn't want to be sent back. So I was stressed, fearful, hopeless, and scared. Probably a good ingredients for whooping out a business and making it work. So here's the thing. I taught myself social media. In fact, Facebook is where it all started for me, without paying for any ads at all. And I did it whilst the kids played or they slept. I built trust and my brand online, and I became known as an industry leader. I connected with the right audience and I got the right customers, and the right customers are paying customers. And I created certainty in my customer generation by developing my confidence, my capabilities, and by having that clarity. And here they are now, all grown up. This was last winter or the winter before. So as a busy mum in a new country, in a saturated industry, who loves the outdoors and spending time with the kids and dogs and glamping, these next 4 things will make a big difference to you on getting results from your socials. But then the next 3 things that I'm going to share with you are going to be the difference between you getting friends or making sales. So please stick around. So number 1 is you've got to get the fundamentals right. And there are 8 of them. This is where Paul got tangled. So I've changed it to A. A, you have to know who you are. Your personal brand is super important. You've got to understand your personal branding so that you're authentic across your socials and people can build a relationship with you so that you're not a baker on one profile and a pole dancer on another. B, you have to know your ideal client and intimately, their wants, their needs, their frustrations, so that you know how to talk to them online and solve their problem. Stalk them like they are Chris Hemsworth. All right. Number C, stalk your competitors. So this isn't so that you can go copy them, but this is so that you can differentiate yourself from them. It is about your point of difference. And in fact, your online marketing needs to be about your point of difference and not what you do that's the same that everyone else does. D is branding consistency. And a lot of people think fonts, they think colors, but when it comes to social media and online marketing, it actually comes down to your tone and your voice and your key messaging so that you can be consistent across all the platforms and you can develop a relationship through the written word. E is having a strategy. We are going to talk more about that later on, because this is one of the most important things that I learned that makes the difference between you making friends and making money. But it starts with the end in mind, and the end in mind is money. F is a whole bunch of R's. It's about reviewing what you're doing and seeing if it's working. It's about responding to engagement that is on there or potential leads. It is about understanding how to give and receive referrals, to get recommendations from people, and to make sure that you're consistently building relationships and you have a reputation plan in place. So if you go away camping and somebody trolls you, you can simply handle it because you have a reputation management, a crisis management plan in place. Number G is get them the hell off social media. And I cannot say this strongly enough. Do not stand there. A lot of people have got bots, and they'll have a bot that goes backwards and forwards, and a bot can actually help you lose clients. You actually want to get them off social media straight away into a call or onto your email list. You don't want to be sitting there and talking to them. And the last one is have a professional profile across all platforms. And again, it's consistent with your images, your key messaging, and what you do. There's nothing worse than going on and one platform says you're a hypnotherapist and the other one says that you're an online marketer. That happens all the time. So number 2 is social media is social. And I think this is why business owners can do this. If we stop thinking about it as marketing and thinking about it as conversations, all we've got to do is continue to talk to people as if we're talking to people. All right. It shouldn't be overly salesy. There needs to be a good mix. Simply share success stories. Like if you're stuck, just share your success stories, share statistics that validate what it is that you do, show your services, focusing on the outcomes of your services, not just the deliverables in your services, and share other people's content as well. And that's a good one for your referral partners. You also want to offer your potential customers solutions. In fact, everything that you should do should be customer and outcome focused. Show social proof. So other people commenting on how good you are at what you do. So it's not just you sharing it. And remember, it is not selling if you are serving. So continue to serve your audience online. And here's another one. You do not have to give it all away for free. Everyone says just go out, spit content, give it all away for free and hope something will stick. Sorry, that does not work. All right, so number 3 is the algorithm. As soon as you understand how the algorithm works, you can actually get the algorithm to work for you. And it means you don't have to pay for ads. The algorithm is basically a prediction. And when you input the right data in, and if you're engaging in the right content and engaging in your audience, It's like Plenty of Fish. So all of you are online dating at the moment. Plenty of Fish. It goes, you love drug, sex, and rock and roll. Well, they love drug, sex, and rock and roll. You're showing interest in drug, sex, and rock and roll. I'm going to put more of the same people together, and I'm going to start showing you that content. And that's how the algorithm works. So you can manipulate that algorithm based on what you're showing interest in. So be careful what you show interest in. And that's basically the algorithm. I know I've only got a short time today, so I won't talk too much about that, but I gave you the gist of it. Number 4 is your banners and your bios. So many people are not taking advantage of their banners and bios, but banners basically get a yes from your audience in with 3 seconds and will decide whether or not they stick around on that platform or whether or not they scroll over you. And the algorithm goes, well, they're not interested in you. So your banners and your bios, you should use your branding and logo. You should have your physical location if you have a physical logo, if that's a non-negotiable. You should have the next step, so how you want people to contact you, so a call to action. Your mission statement or promise should be there, focusing on your point of difference. You should include who this is for and the problem that you solve for them. It should have a face or a person, especially if you're the face of the business, and you should have your credentials and qualifications in there. Now, I've got some examples of you, two of my clients that I've worked with who've gone through this process. On the left-hand side is the before, and on the right-hand side is the after. And you can see over here how confusing the left-hand side is and how it's not very compelling, and it would make it real easy for you just to scroll over. However, on the right-hand side, and these have all been created in Canva, so they haven't been done, by a graphic designer, but by having the right thing on here, you're more likely to attract the right people. So here are the 3 things that are the difference now that between you actually just making friends or making sales. Number 1, you have to have a strategy. Now, this is something I actually learned from Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels. And when I had no choice and I had to make money, I couldn't just go on, give it away for free and make lots of friends. I had to make money because I had no money. I realized it's the strategy that's missing. Okay. And this is the 4-step process. Number 1, stalk yourself, your competitors, your previous clients, and your prospective clients. 2, brain dump your point of difference and your income opportunities. Income opportunities, not how can I build know, like, and trust. Brain dump your income opportunities. Then monetize and automate a desirable offer. So desirable is super important. If it's not a desirable offer and you're not communicating it well, you're going to get a no. End of story. And it's got to be a simple customer journey. And then go forth and get them. So don't consistently start posting, one day you're a pole dancer, the next one you're an aerial artist, the next one you're a naked juggler. Stick to that one thing and go out real strong, because it is really hard to stay forefront of mind across social media. So go and get the paying clients, because at the end of the day, the right offer to the right audience at the right price, delivered now or later. And the reason I've got now or later is because sometimes it's a no for right now. I need to hear more from you. And this is why I brought email marketing into my strategies 2 years ago. Because if it's a no for right now, you want to still keep them so they don't go scrolling and Googling for someone else. So we want to get their email address. So it's important to have a yes-no customer journey. Here's just a testimonial from a client who started working. She had no followers on Facebook at all. We went out, followed the strategy, and was able to generate 2 clients. This was just after working together really soon. But one of those clients was $3,400 cash up front. So here's the thing, is I want to show you it is possible. By sharing this with you, you don't have to pay for advertising, but you do need the strategy if you want it to work. And you have to apply that strategy, right? Number 2 is skills. You have to have skills. If you want to be a business owner, you've got to own your business. Okay. Now, here's the thing. You don't need to know everything. So stop downloading ebooks and short courses and listening to this person, that person, and this person, and that person. You need to know what's right for your business and your customer journey, your audience, and your strategy. So stop wasting time and do things properly. So if it's not working, just stop doing it and do it better. Own your business if you want to be a business owner. Understand every element in your business and be careful to outsource it too soon. Implement simple customer journeys and processes strategically. And there's so much more to just posting. Everyone thinks you've just got to go out and just post. There are things like joint ventures, collaborations, networking. You can run webinars, you can do challenges, you can do competitions. There's so much more than just posting. So you need to explore those. Many of you may know Daryl. Daryl, he's got 2 businesses. The 2 businesses he's got, just some of the results that he gets from organic marketing. And a lot of this is done through joint ventures, collaborations, and actually, fortunately enough, even what he was doing unpaid on Facebook got him an opportunity on a camping magazine. All organic results without paying for ads. And this is just having the skills to be able to do it. And Daryl's like running half marathons at 4 o'clock in the morning, then runs 2 businesses. But because he's got strategy, skills, and systems, he's able to simply do this. He doesn't need to outsource it, although I think he does give some to his partner to help him with. So number 3 is systems, okay? You want to go away camping. You don't want to spend your life online. You've got to have structure. You've got to have systems, because it's going to give you and your customers flow. Automation is your friend. So what can we automate the hell out of? Because it's going to save you time. And if you can get a routine going for yourself, it's just going to be easy to implement. Time management's your friend. So if you manage your time effectively and put time in your diary to work on your business and in your business, as well as manage your social media, you can simply do it, especially if you get rid of time wasting activities like negative thoughts. So just a few more results here. I mean, you can see Vicky picked up an interview just by changing her Facebook banner. Another client, by just setting up her bio on Instagram and her page correctly, was able to increase her followers by 77%. So just some other results here. Google My Business. Tradies are getting huge leads from Google My Business at the moment without paying for ads. So successful, simple selling, it actually starts with you. If your head's not in the right place, and if you do not believe it's possible, it's not going to happen. But many people out there are actually getting results from doing it. So you do need to believe that it's going to work. And if you've got the roadmap, the strategy, skills, and systems, you're likely to get those results. So what does your dream day look like? I mean, this is us in Byron Bay. We certainly don't want to be spending our lives online. But fast forward to now, 13 years later of being absolutely broke and holding up the roof in my car. My twins on the left, they used to hold up the roof in the car. That's how bad the car was that we had. Now, this year was able to buy them a car to share. Okay, I'm not Rockefeller, but the twins do have a car to share, which I was able to buy, which is much better than the car I ever had. I was able to buy my first property on my own. So single, self-employed, bought a property myself last year and have recently converted my business into a company, all without paid advertising. To this day, without paid advertising. But more importantly, it's created all these other opportunities using social media and email marketing, like being featured across all sorts of media and events. And all of this has just been created, again, with no paid advertising at all. It's just strategy, skills, and system. So what else does a business on autopilot create for you? That's us at Aquasplash. We love Aquasplash. It's a great team bonding exercise for the family because you all fall all over each other. But you can make sales from your socials, and it can create a rewarding lifestyle for you on and offline. So if you'd like to connect with me, make sure you jump onto my Facebook page, Chantal Gerardy, Online Business Strategist. Heaps of valuable content on there. Hopefully it's valuable for you. But more importantly, if you subscribe on chantalgerardy.com.au, we can keep you in the loop with events that we're running, with promotions that we have, and any changes that are happening online, because we send out regular emails. So if you like regular information, please make sure that you subscribe, as well as grant information. So business grants, we are an approved grant provider.
But Chantal, well done. That was absolutely exceptional. Big round of applause, but we still got some time for Q&A.
Yes,
and it's
please.
Such a great topic because, everybody's always interested in what they should be doing, how much should they spend, how much time do they need. So, I mean, I'm going to jump into my first question.
Yes.
I mean, for all the people out there that are really wanting to get their head around this properly, how much time a day do you think they can theoretically spend and do this properly?
So here's the thing, right? Your online marketing is your lead generator, okay? It's your client generator. And many people are spending an hour, 2 hours. I'm actually interested if anybody knows how long they're actually spending online, and you're brave enough to put in the chat box, put in the chat box. And people are winging it, or they're spending thousands outsourcing it to someone else, and they actually don't have the strategy skills or systems themselves, but they're giving it to someone else. They're giving it to someone else. Yep. And often they're giving it to someone cheaply. You know, they're getting monkeys and they're paying them peanuts, and they're trusting their lead generation and client generation with it. Miles, 169. You had to put the 69 in there, Miles. So for me, to tell you the truth, I mean, once you've got the strategy, skills, and systems in place, because that takes time to set that up, right? So once you've got that all set up, for me, I'm online 20 minutes 3 times a day.
Wow.
20 minutes 3 times a day. It's in my calendar to go in and do it. Beautiful. But I have a content plan. I have a growth strategy. I've got a content plan. I've got a growth strategy. I've got my skills. I've got my strategies. I've got my systems. And I hate this shit. I hate the system side of it. And I hate the technology side of it. But I got it set up because it's important to me. And I didn't want to outsource making money to somebody else. I wanted an understanding of it. I now do have VAs who do help me. But for myself now, I do go on 20 minutes a day. My VA spends an additional, I'd say, 3 hours a week, just overseeing what I'm doing.
Amazing. I mean, look at that. 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes 3 times a day. That's all you need if you have the right systems and the right preparation.
Yeah. I call it a toilet activity for the men. They go 3 times a day.
Because it gives you the shits.
Awesome. Any other questions for Chantal?
Happy to answer any questions.
Paul, go for it.
Yeah.
Yep, Paul.
I've got a comment and a question.
Sure.
Firstly, my comment is that was at least as awesome as last Wednesday. It was really great to be able to fill in the blanks on my notes. And I hope you're doing it again next Tuesday at 7 o'clock so that I can come back again and fill it in again, because, yeah. And the question is, you didn't mention Insta. Is there a reason?
No, look, most people know that Facebook is my primary platform. They're 3.8 billion active users. So although like a lot of people might focus on LinkedIn, I think there's only like 1 billion on LinkedIn. So it's also a numbers game. Yeah. So you have to look at where you're spending your time. If you product-based works really well on Instagram, product-based works really well, picture-based works really well. The general strategy is that whatever you should only have, for me, you should spend most of your time on one platform, and that should be your income producing platform. And then you should respect the other platforms by putting the relevant content on there to support and give you branding consistency, credibility, and to support what else you're doing. Okay. So for Instagram, it's picture-based. You have to respect the platforms. It's more around hashtags. Whatever platform you choose to do, you've got to respect. And what you do on one platform doesn't work on another. So how you use LinkedIn and the etiquette on LinkedIn, if you did that on Facebook, they would just block you. They would report you if you just pitched in a message what you did. Like, it's a completely different etiquette. So wherever you are, you have to respect your audience, and you have to respect that platform.
So true. Beautiful.
So
any other questions? Dia.
Yeah, thanks. Great presentation, Chantal. Always learning. I always hear that Facebook pages are dead. That's why I'm not doing anything, and to use your personal profile. So, and I've been on Instagram and LinkedIn because Facebook pages, I mean, I've got something that comes out of VA that does stuff, and I comment, but I don't look at it anywhere near as much as the other two. And it's that's what I've been hearing. Unless you're paying for it, you're not seeing anything. So can you address that?
Yes, I will. So firstly, all these platforms are businesses. So they're constantly going to be asking you for money for advertising. Okay. Now, maybe it's the free South African in me, the South African in me, but I love free. So, you know, being able to use the hell out of these. I mean, I got 4 clients between $4,000 or $5,000 clients between New Year's and between Christmas and New Year's. I got $4,000 or $5,000 clients just spending 20 minutes a day on Facebook. So here's the thing: your Facebook page is a small part of what you do. Your Facebook personal profile is about you, the person, but your business is part of that. And yes, you can leverage it depending on how public you want to have a profile. It's up to you if you want to be public or private on your personal profile. But yes, that has its own strategy for engagement, because your personal profile moves around with you on Facebook. Now, your business page is kind of like your website. If you don't use it, or if you just put 3 posts a week on it, and you don't have a content plan, so you're not using the right words, and your content is not customer and outcome focused, that's going to affect the algorithm and it's going to slow your page down. But the second part of your page is having to grow it. How are you going to grow that page? And that means you're going to have to send people to your page, send them through your emails, send them through emails, send them through even Google My Business. You can create a post. When you start sending people there, you're making it active and you're bringing it alive. So Facebook goes, this site must be relevant and active, so I'm going to show it more. But if you post 3 times a week and you just leave it there and you're not actually don't have a growth strategy, like you could be running challenges, you could be running a competition, unpaid competition on there. You have to send people to it. If you're not sending people to it and you don't have a growth strategy, that page isn't going to work. Sharing it into groups is one of those things, if it's your right audience and if it's allowed by the group admins. Does that answer your question?
Awesome.
Yeah. And how that would normally happen is someone would go and stalk your page for credibility. So they'd go into your page. If I was interacting with someone, they would go and stalk my personal profile. They go stalk my business page. My business page gives me credibility because it's got 170 positive reviews on there. They're going to go, right, private message me and have a conversation. So most people, you're right, will private message me, the person, rather than the page.
Beautiful. Well done. We've got time for one more. Michael.
Yeah, hi Chantal, really good. You say you go on 3 times a day for 20 minutes. Do you mean you actually do 3 posts a day? Because until recently, I've got someone that does do my social for me. Good working relationship, been working with her for a couple of years now. She does 3 times a week. So is more better, or is there sort of like a limit where, hey, you're spamming the page and they shut you down, or what are your thoughts there?
Okay, so the number 1 word for every single online platform is relevancy. Okay, write that, put it on a sticky note, stick it on your computer. It is relevancy. If you're doing email marketing, it's got to be relevant, and then it's not spamming. People actually enjoy it and want to see it. And all the social platforms are exactly the same. If you are providing relevant content that people are interested in, they're not going to shut you down. If it's controversial, if it's nudie pictures, if it's swearing, if it's trolling, if it's any of that, by all means, yes. The other thing they don't like is you making promises. So don't ever make promises. But at the end of the day, if it is relevant content, and again, it's not just about the posting, you've actually got to send people to the page, because else it's not going to grow. So therefore, you've got to go into your insights and have a look. How many new followers are you getting? What's your engagement looking like? And you want to make sure that it's going up all the time. Or is your VA sending you reports weekly? And telling you, is it going up? Because if it's not, they need to change what they're doing. And also, if it's 3 times a week, are they mixing up the days and the times? You've got to have a look at when your audience is online. And, at the moment, school's gone back, so 2 o'clock's a really good time for my industry, because a lot of mine are mums that own their own businesses. And they're sitting in the car waiting to pick up their kids. So usually 2 o'clock's really a good time. So you've got to mix up your time. You've got to, do that competitors analysis. You've got a customer survey, mix it up, look at your insights and see what's working or not working. But if you just go and do 3 times a week at the same day and time, your platform's just going to go stagnant. It's just going to,
Yeah, good to know. Thank you.
No worries.